Take one.
There's been a lot of discussion about metabolism and how we can change it, especially during menopause and what things can be done to affect it. There's so many different things out there that can be misleading. So I just want to talk about just some basic things that you can do, or what are some basic questions that you think people have in regards to metabolism? What do you think?
I think mainly, doesn't matter what kind of workout you're doing as far as metabolism at different ages.
Okay. All right. Well, the thing is about metabolism that, age is definitely can have something to do with it as well. We're not as active normally as we get older, but you can affect still change, and I think, you could look at doing cardio and doing strength training, which can affect your metabolism. So I have people ask me all the time, well, which one should you do most of? I said, well, you should do both of them, but let's look at tempo. For instance, talk about heart rate training.
Right.
Okay.
What does that mean?
That's a big thing. So you're basically, you have 5 different zones that your heart rate will go through in order to burn fat or to get in better shape, get in better lung condition. Your first 3 zones are called your aerobic zones. Okay. So an aerobic zone would be like zone 1 would be like you're going really easy. I could do this for like the next 2 hours. Doesn't faze me at all. If you're doing a walk, for instance. Okay. And so at that point, you should be burning about 80% of your fat should be burning at that point. Okay? Now, people say, well, why don't I just keep doing that? Well, because it doesn't do anything as far as affecting your lung power, okay, or your VO2, your lung efficiency.
That makes sense.
So you elevate that, so you pick up the pace a little bit more. We take it to what we call a zone 2. In zone 2, what happens is your heart rate elevates, but you start to burn a little bit less fat, probably about maybe 70% fat is being burned at that point in time. Heart rate elevates up, you're burning a little bit more sugar at that point, okay? So you're still in the aerobic zone. You know that by going through, I could probably do this like for about the next hour. And then we elevate it some more, put you at what we call a zone 3, or we call our anaerobic threshold. Okay, that's the part that's gonna lead into your increasing your VO2. You're burning actually less fat then, maybe 60% or so, and you're burning a lot more sugar at that point, okay? Because your pace is picked up a lot more. You know that you're kind of there because I could do this for about 30 minutes and I could talk to you for a little bit, but I'm probably not gonna talk to you for very much. Our conversations are gonna be short.
Because you're out of breath?
Because I'm out of breath, okay? So my conversation is gonna be shorter then, okay? Now I pick the pace up even more so. I'm not gonna talk to you at all, okay? I'm doing what we call anaerobic now. I've crossed over the threshold. Okay, and I do the anaerobic part. I'm burning hardly any fat at all right now. I'm burning a lot more sugar. Heart rate is being elevated up, okay? Now, so what's the purpose in that? Well, since my lungs are working harder, they're actually getting stronger by doing that, okay? I can only go so long at that pace though, because it's a really hard pace to go at. So at that point, what I have to do is I gotta break it back down again, okay? I'll go up for about a minute or so there, and then what I'll do is I'll bring it back down, okay? And as I bring it back down, what I'll do is I'll let my heart rate come back down some more. And then I go back down, ease back down to zone 1, back to fat burning. So what I do is I work in zone 1, zone 2, work it up, zone 4 for maybe about a minute or so, okay? And then bring it back down again, okay? And so it's kind of interval training.
I was gonna say, is that like HIIT training?
It can be like HIIT training at times, yeah. But the thing is that to get your lungs stronger, it's just like lifting weights. You got to have some resistance at some point, but you can only go at it for so long.
Right. Right.
But the stronger your lungs get, obviously, the better in shape that you are, the more oxygen that your body can bring in, the more fat that you can burn, and then you find what was really hard to do it initially. Now all of a sudden it starts to get a lot easier. My breathing is a lot more. I feel a lot stronger in my breath, and that carries over into my resistance training as well too.
Okay.
And you can even use your resistance training in the same way. Say, for instance, I'm doing dumbbells, right? And my tempo is nice and slow, okay? Probably in about a zone 1. I can bump that up though by pumping the tempo up, staying in control still, but going a lot faster in my movement, okay? Now my heart rate starts to elevate. Now I'm breathing a lot harder. I'm going up into zone 4 by doing that, okay?
Right. So I've felt that when we worked out before.
Yeah, so I can do that for a while, right? Go up like that, and then I'll bring it back down again.
Right.
So, so that's how we can also work with it too. If you don't know heart rates, if you have a heart rate monitor, it's great. But if not, we do go by what we call rate of perceived exertion, RPE. Okay. So if I'm at like a 1 or 2, I'm probably zone 1. Okay. It's on a scale of 10. About a 3 or 4, I'm probably in zone 2. 5 or 6, I'm probably in a zone 3. Okay, and I'm talking about how you feel, right? Okay, so if I get to like a 7 and 8, I'm in zone 4. If I get to 9 and 10, I'm blasted. Okay, I can only go so far doing that. Okay.
Can everybody get to 10?
You can, yeah, because
because it's just your perception.
it's just your perception.
Right,
Okay,
right.
how do you feel at the time?
Okay.
And so that's how you go by it. So if I feel like that, yeah, and then after a while, okay, you say I'm starting to feel this, but I don't feel the same way anymore because I'm consistently doing this. Now I'm starting to change my heart rate zones. My metabolism now is increasing. Okay, I'm able to burn more fat. Okay, I'm becoming more efficient with everything I'm doing. You know, I feel stronger all the way around. So it all translates into doing that too.
A lot of people are saying in menopause, you mainly need to do resistance training.
Well, you need to do resistance training for sure because, you know, of osteoporosis and things like that. You want to build muscle.
Right.
Okay? So
right.
yeah, you do need to do that. But your lungs also too need to have some work.
Right.
So, you know, so resistance training, obviously, that's why I say there's no one special thing to do. You need to do it all.
Right.
In combination with proper sleep.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing all that but you're not getting proper sleep, that's going to affect you as well too.
Sure.
Okay, so it's proper sleep, proper nutrition. All these things work hand in hand. There's no magic bullet to do it. Okay, and I know that's sorry to say. There's no magic bullet. You've got
I thought
to.
it was creatine.
No, creatine
No.
helps. Okay, but everything is designed to work together. So you know, sometimes we look for that one thing.
Right.
But most of the time, when it comes to this, it's not the one thing. It's things all working together.
Yeah.
Okay, and
That makes a lot of sense.
That's how you build it up from off of there. Okay?
Great.
Good.
Thanks
Yeah.
for breaking that down, Coach.
I love doing it. I love doing it, okay? We'll do it some more again in the future, too.
All
okay?
right. I
All
can't
right.
wait.
All right.